And we're off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond stoked because each week it seems that we're on the screen. We're gracing each other's beauty and wonder. Today is one for the ages, and you have no idea who I'm about to introduce. I have a fashionista, a person. Our guest today has a sense of fashion. She's an entrepreneurship. She deals with various, obviously, she's also an iconic TV producer. You're going to see what I'm about to bring to the screen right now from all the way from France. La France, viva la France. I am beyond excited, guys. Put your hands together for the one and only iconic Jamila Sangaré. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm so happy to hear to be with you here.
I'm excited all the way around because, as specifically right now in the zeitgeist, we're having so much, craziness going on the streets of Minnesota, California, and the whole world gets to see this, via the wonderful tube, and we have it at our fingertips now with the cell phones, and when I get to watch what's going on, and unfortunately, these protests are happening over the cruelty that's going on in the world today. I wish we could all just got along, but there are wonderful people like such as yourself that are able to bring the like the documentary Bridges, which you're going to talk all about it because
Exactly.
obviously you're going to be showing a screening this month on the 12th, I believe, in New York City, and it's fantastic because it brings the elements of fashion, identity, and you have these wonderful dialogues with people. And I hear Bertie told me that Eric Adams, former mayor, is stars in this documentary, and I cannot wait to really hear all about everything you're doing. You're also a media host, so it's always nice to talk to somebody else that loves having these dialogues with her people and her guests. So I can hardly wait to hear all about it. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to talk to you.
And this I mean, let's be honest, you're also a CEO and founder of an iconic frame productions company that you started. That's marvelous. How long ago have you had this production company? When did it all start for you, and how did you get into fashion first?
It started only 1 year ago, but this
Hmm.
project I had since maybe 3 years ago, and I just had the opportunity to be a TV host and a TV presenter and to produce my own TV show about art, fashion, and culture in France. So of course, when it started and I get this opportunity, of course I just run after and say, okay, let's do it. I'm so happy to make it real, to make it happen, because from the beginning I just wanted to do, like, as everybody, a YouTube channel and just do my episode and talking about art and fashion and of course in the culture. But now I'm using this means of communication as the TV to definitely travel and to, of course, show to the world what's going on about art and fashion. And yeah, this is how it started.
Phenomenal. Iconic TV, huh? That's the name of the
Exactly. So exactly. So why iconic? Because definitely what I'm showing is iconic people, iconic events, and of course, everything about art, fashion, and culture is iconic for me.
Yes, I love it. Nothing short of brilliance. Um, and it's important because you come from France. This is like the mother lode of fashion. This is like the bedrock, the epicenter of fashion. And Eiffel Tower, the Bouve Gallery Museum, right? You guys have a place called La Bouve Museum, and this
Exactly.
showcases fashion and art pieces as well, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I started working in the industry since 6 years now, and I started creating my first company, La Renaissance Paris.
Mhm.
So, in order to create pop-up stores and to highlight international designers, so that was the main focus. and
Okay.
also yeah, and also to highlight sustainability through this designer, and talking about luxury secondhand. And also I created a lot of events about luxury secondhand and fashion shows. And yeah, so it started like this. And of course I wanted to do something, um, I wanted to show to the world first of all
Right.
about all these events. And after I had the idea to just, as I do it internationally, I create all these events internationally. I just thinking, okay, why I need to show to the people what I'm doing, and also I need to see what people are doing also. So everything started like this.
This is beautiful. I love what you mentioned. And the idea of the second hand, you're almost repurposing something and giving a new breath of life to items, and things. I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So first of all, in Paris, I was the first who created luxury secondhand pop-up stores with international resellers. So I just contacted some reseller internationally, and proposed them to come into a showcase in Paris during 2 or 3 days. And it's starting like this. And then we created some fashion shows, cocktails, and networking events around luxury secondhand pieces. And yeah, so it's all about this. But this event, like all this project, had an end, because after that I just wanted to focus on this TV, and doing more, of course, projects such as bridges.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You definitely have the presence and the know-how, wherewithal to be on TV. And frankly, I think that's great. It's phenomenal. And then the other thing I like is let's talk a little more about bridges, because you also travel to New York, which is
Yeah,
another obviously the second home to the biggest fashions. It's fashion shows and whatnot, and a lot of great fashionistas have lived there, transcended through the years. Um, you definitely have a good sense for fashion all the way around in culture, because you've been back and forth to New York, and you talked to Eric Adams and a few
yeah.
other people, and you know a lot of people there. So it's great. I mean, do you think the climate of fashion, as it were, what do you think is happening now with fashion? Are we, because I see a lot of 90s. Is the 90s coming back? I'm just wondering, because I see people with baggier pants is what I'm seeing more of. Is that something that's happening now? Because I want to buy
So
some baggy pants. I'm not sure.
so yeah, what I can tell you is, fashion is a circle. So every tendance came you know came again, and it's like,
Right.
and like it's never stopped. So
It's like a
effectively,
cycle goes around, right, over the years.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, we were on the vintage pieces. And of course, uh, it can be the 90s, and with oversized jackets and laser
Yeah.
pants, and so all this stuff can, like, it comes now, again. And so definitely you can go in, never, like, you can find all the shop, you can find your baggy for sure. I'm sure you can find it.
Yeah. I love it. I love this. Thanks so much for giving me a sense of, fashion and how I should dress, because I grew up kind of in the 90s. I'm a late 80s, early 90s kid. So I used to wear a lot of stuff in the early 90s as a young teenager, 12, 13. And I see that more and more. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So look at you. You have definitely have the finger on the target. You know exactly what's going on fashion wise. Making this is your debut, right? Your directorial debut, first kind of baby, as it were, that you're putting out there. Bridges is the very first one that you're directing. How did going in? How did you feel? You're gonna take on this whole new, wearing this new hat. as a director? I mean, were you, was there any, is it a daunting kind of a feeling? Did you feel at any point like, oh my God, am I am I in over my head? Am I gonna,
So
you know?
yeah, um, when I had this vision, creating bridges, it started because I had this project to create this fashion show around this French designer Valerian Hughes, and it will happen on February 16 in New York. And I told him, you know what, we need to definitely create a documentary, and I need to highlight the fact that art can bring people, what, like, no matter what, where they come from, or what where their life, and definitely bridges bring, like, it's the bridge
The
between New York
bridge.
and
Yeah.
exactly, between New York and Paris, about those two artists. So Valerian, who is a French couture designer, and Jordan, who is the son of the ex-mayor of New York City. And
Look, Adams. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So who he's a rapper, and when he was young, he was well known because he was a voiceover on the Nickelodeon, serial and stuff. So he's
Cool. I
also,
didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, absolutely. And so I was like, this is two different people from two different worlds with two different stories, but where art put them all together. Why? Because 2 years ago I met Danielle Adams, who is the niece of Eric Adams. I met
Okay.
her in Beverly Hills, where I created, I done a big event around luxury secondhand pieces. And
Beautiful.
she was performing for me. She's a dancer, choreographer, and she's based in LA too. And this
Oh,
is how I met her. Yeah. So I didn't know who she was. Like, she just came with her daughter, and I was like, I was so emotional seeing her with her daughter while she was
yes.
performing for me. It was like a strong message, as a woman who is trying to push her career, but she has her daughter and she's alone. So we started to talk, and I told her, I'm going to New York. It's the first time I'm going to travel there. I don't know nobody. Do you know some people there that you can put me in link to? And she's like, you know what? I like you, and I don't tell people about this, but Eric Adams is the mayor of New York, and he's my uncle. I was like, what?
Wow.
So yeah, so this it started like this, and so I met her family, and they were so kind, and she proposed me to, as she has the contract every year of the ball drop in Times Square. She proposed me to help her to give outfit to all the dancers, and I was like, okay, so
Wow.
yeah. And I was like, okay, let's bring Valerian. Valerian can create outfit for your dancers.
That's so
And
cool.
this same year, 2024, Jordan was performing too on stage. So this is
Yeah.
how everything started.
The
Um,
bridge. You're already connecting the bridge.
exactly. The bridge started here, and I had this vision. I need to tell people about what's happening, and how this art unites people around. No matter um, politics or religion or whatever. It's only about art and dancing and performing and fashion.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. 150%. I
And
can't stress enough how much I love it. Go on. Continue.
yeah, and so yeah, so when I talk about Danielle, about this project, this vision, I told her. And also, that's the thing, I can highlight also your family, and definitely, of course, talking about Jordan is also talking about, yeah, his path and his family too. And
Yeah.
she was like, definitely in. She told me, yeah, let's make it. So she's the co-director of Bridges. I'm the executive producer, and I'm the director. and she helped me with this project. She helped me to enter in contact with her family to catch up her uncle because he was the mayor, still the mayor, and it was
Yeah.
complicated, to catch him up, and also her cousin. So it was a long journey, but it was amazing. We did it, and I'm so proud of it.
Oh my God, what a great story. So you're really building a bridge from almost nothing. You could say you started out with the vision because you must have a vision,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
And you're visionary, it seems, it sounds like by all accounts, what you do, and everything. You had this vision of how you want this thing to come about, and then it started forming little by little. The pieces start falling into place. You met this
absolutely.
young lady who then it turned out to be the niece of Mr. Eric Adams, a former mayor of New York. And
Exactly.
then from there, it snowballed into what it became. And then you met the people in New York that you needed for this great, production. And then next thing you know, you completed your dream. This is
Absolutely.
fantastic. But it all started here in Beverly Hills when you were, she performed, you met her, you guys, and it's amazing how networking, and sometimes just talking to people, such
Absolutely.
as what you did, and being yourself and being just nice, and how far, a dialogue. You're talking about dialogues. This is how,
Exactly.
for this is a dialogue you had with this person, this complete unknown stranger, and they wound up forming. You forged a nice friendship with her. It sounds phenomenal. It sounds great and ideal, and the whole bit. Um, I love the pop-ups concept. I love it. Let me tell you, because in Hollywood many years ago, which you probably know, there's so many. The majority of stores, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of high-end stores during like Sundays, they have a carnival, a farmers market, right? And
Mhm.
they a feast, like a farmer's feast, and they put out all the clothes, and a lot of they do the second hand clothes, like, or maybe brand new clothes that didn't sell. They put it in a big box, and then everybody could just come in and buy like for 10, $20,
Yeah.
and a lot of these things, pop-ups are a big deal. And now you have pop-ups with like night markets here in LA, which are very popular with food. But I love that the LA, la Renaissance Paris, kind
Yeah.
of thing is beautiful because it kind of removes also the stigma of it being a secondhand clothes, you know, and I like that, and also these are items that are expensive. Nevertheless, it's high end clothing, and it's not like it's been super overworn either. It's once or twice, and that's it.
Yeah.
So the combination, it's fantastic. I think what you do, and I tip my hat off to you, because you're kind of doing everything you set out to do. You know,
Yeah.
um, and I believe that in the olden days, I used to buy a lot of secondhand clothes because in the 90s, if you remember, and I guess it goes along with the zeitgeist of the 90s, where in the olden days, in the 90s, we used to go to, it was a thing to go thrift shopping. It was a thing. I would see Alan DeGeneres at a store not far from my house, in the Goodwill stores and stuff. You buy items from the 80s and vintage, and then you start wearing these items with newer clothes and torn jeans. And I think it was this kind of like hodgepodgey kind of thing happening with the whole grunge rock in the 90s, with
Mhm.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam, people wearing older clothes, like kind of vintage. And I think
Yeah.
that's coming back, but obviously what you're doing is really beautiful because you're doing something completely different, but yet at the same time it's secondhand clothes, but it looks very glamorized,
Yeah.
because it's hard, it's high end pieces,
Yeah.
nevertheless.
Yeah.
Um, I think so like the channel, let me tell you, how was it when you first started Iconic TV? Was it a little challenging to start this?
Oh
Did
wow.
you
Yes. It was. So last. So it started 2024 when I had these meetings, and so the CEO of the channel proposed me to. Of course, he was looking for new production and new, definitely new TV show. And when I proposed him about mine, more immersive, as I travel and I meet people and I go to some even internationally in the US, in Middle East, in Africa. So he was like, "Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, definitely, let's do it." And when he started to talk to me, I was say in my mind I was like, "Oh, maybe yeah, I had time. It's maybe in 1 month." And he said, "Okay, when can you provide the full first episode?" I was like, "Okay." So we need to approach now, and I was like so stressed.
you're wait, you were like, let me buy the microphone first.
Yes, definitely. And I was so stressed, but thanks God because it started in Paris Fashion Week. So I was just
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So I just run, and just do a lot of content, and it was amazing. It was the start. Like, so I started in Paris, and then I traveled all around the world, like, and I did like all so many stuff, and I'm so proud of it because I met
Yeah.
so many people. I met great people around, and it opens me a lot of doors. To be honest, yeah.
Let me ask you, did how did you form your questions, did you have your questions beforehand, or did that all just kind of spawn out of spontaneity, or you kind of started kind of on the whim? Was it just
So,
random questions, or
so I would say that I prepared before some questions, but after discussion, I had more questions. You know what it is like. Even when you prepare, you need to be spontaneous because a question can lead another one, and sometimes you just don't written or you don't write it, so it's not written. So yeah, I would say 50-50.
yeah, I agree. It's good to be informed. It's good to be prepared, but
Yeah,
it's also good for organic conversation, dialogue.
exactly,
Just like you and I
exactly.
hanging out here, and I'm trying to learn what you do more and more as I talk to you, and I have a base to go on. I do know to some degree. It's been giving me some information, but then I'm also learning other things as we go along. Very cool. And so you had no experience whatsoever of being a media host prior to stepping onto this role. You didn't before.
So I didn't had any experience, but I would say that a lot of my friends told me you are so comfortable talking to people, like
Mm-hmm.
you should be a reporter, you should be a journalist. And I remember my best friend, Juliana, she like since we were young, she always told me that you need to be a journalist, you are so comfortable talking in front of a
You
camera,
are.
you should do that. And so when I was young, definitely I wanted to be a reporter.
You did. Okay.
I wanted to be a journalist. So it's funny because it happened now, like years after, and in fashion, which is my passion. So, and
Yes.
art also. So I'm proud and happy that it happened now. And definitely, I can tell that I'm living my best life. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
2026 is your year. I can
I'm
feel it.
sure. I'm sure it's gonna be. Yeah, I have so this documentary premiere, this production in New York with the fashion show with
Let's
Valerian.
talk about it. Yes.
Yeah. So we have this fashion show that I produced for Valerian News, who is a couture designer. He's a maison de couture since 12 years now in Paris. He's from Saint Barth originally, but of course he's French. And so he started his career thanks to his grandmother because his grandmother, she was very classy chic. Every Sunday she went to church, and she always had the gloves and everything. She was like very very elegant. and
Yeah.
and we can say that through thanks to that, Valerian wants to highlight the elegance of the woman. And
Love it.
so yeah, so he
You
created
think
this
you think real quick, you think Grace Kelly, Jackie Onassis, Kennedy, I mean,
chic, like the French touch, but the chic à la française, French elegancy.
beautiful.
And so he built this collection to speak about his history, and definitely this is the dream, the awakened dream, rêve éveillé.
Yes.
And so this is the theme of the show. And so we will have 20 beautiful models working at the Prince George Ballroom on the 16th. And yeah, this is something very important because we spent a lot of time doing back and forth in New York last year in order to definitely create a lot of relationship with people and network in order to create this event. So I can say that this is there. This is something very important, and of course we can't wait. We can't wait to do this show. And yes, so this is the second project I have, and I would say that the third big project I have is in Cairo, in Egypt, where I'm gonna launch my art nonprofit with my partner Tatiana. So that's also something that I'm
Beautiful.
very proud. Yeah, I'm very proud of it
Excited
because
for you. Excited.
yeah, absolutely. And this is all about art, fashion, and culture, as I told you. And also with Daniel, we have started a production last year, a movie production in LA, and definitely we want to finish this year. So finger crossed that we're gonna finish the production this year.
It's
And
awesome.
yeah, so
I can
I'm
help
also
you. I can help hold up the boom mic, or
yes,
you need actors. I'm an actor. I can be an extra. I love.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll
So
talk later.
yeah, so I'm so happy about all this project this year
You're
and
having a
everything.
global presence. Eventually, I see you all over the world, and that is fantastic. Because already we're talking Paris, New York, LA. That's really
Absolutely.
kind of the mecca of everything that happens in throughout the entire world. Everyone looks to those three places I just stated.
I,
Um,
I, I would be so I would be so sad if I'm not traveling. Like
yes,
travel to me is like everything. I have a family, but definitely, um, since I was young, I would. It was part of me. Traveling was part of me. I cannot remove it.
wow. How many places have you visited around the world? Out of your curiosity.
Wow. How many?
Hmm.
I would say around 20. I would say around
20.
20. Yeah. But this year, I'm focusing on Asia. I would love to explore
Yes,
Asia. So I have maybe a travel to China. That would be great. I would love to discover the country and also for business, of course, because when I travel, it's always about business, definitely.
yes.
For all entrepreneurs who are watching us, they will understand me. So yeah, so this year is more Asia, and I would say yeah, this is Asia this year. I'm gonna focus also on this.
That's fantastic. I can't wait to meet you in person in LA when you come out to LA. We'll
Yeah,
talk with
so
your handlers. We'll
definitely,
talk with your handlers and people. Yeah, go ahead.
absolutely. No, I would say it's gonna happen soon. I wish
Okay.
so. Absolutely, yeah.
Well, you're in the right hands. You're with Mr. Juan, the Prince, and a few other great people. It's just Layla and all the good people that surround him. You're in a lot of great people in LA. You got all your actors right there. You got to add
So
Mr. Jim Francis to the mix. Where were you? Such an iconic shift, global shift happens, and it's jarring, and such as the death of Valentino. Where were you when Valentino, and how iconic, and what did he mean to you?
wow, wow. Valentino, definitely. I would say that you have the sophistication, French sophistication, and you have the Italian. Um, how can I say vision or
Right.
yeah, class definitely. So for me, I love this brand because, and I love this designer because he definitely highlight this um, perfection, like Italian perfection in fashion.
Beautiful. Um, who have you met lately or in the past 20 years that has taught you something? besides Valentino? Like, who have you met that's iconic to you and has taught you something, giving you some form of advice, perhaps?
I met so great, like a lot of great people, and definitely I would say I rather prefer to meet unknown people, but who have done so much great stuff because they have we don't know their story and we don't know
Hmm.
them, and
Hmm.
definitely it's for me important to highlight them because
It's great.
like famous people they're always like they are famous, everybody knows them, but
So we know the stories. You're right.
yeah, so this is important to highlight the ghost people, like the people who are on backstage.
Yeah,
so,
you're
so
right.
yeah,
Everyone has a story to be told, right? And some
yeah,
people have a platform and others don't. And that's who you're talking about, the undiscovered
exactly. So
artist.
I would say there is a lot of talent all around the world, and some people I met was just also some producer or some people in the industry or in fashion industry, and they are still growing, and they just need this little things happen to them in order to explode. But definitely they created a lot of great stuff, and it's just about having the right time. And it happened to a French artist like just some days ago. She's a French artist, painter. I don't know if you heard about it. She offered she made a painting, and she
Yeah,
offered it
painting.
yeah, she offered it to ASAP Rocky, so the husband of Rihanna, and
Hmm.
by chance she just had it, and she just met him like at maybe it was after a show, whatever, and she just take her opportunity to offer him, and he took the time to take a picture with her, and now she's in vogue, and all the her paint are maybe booming. So
Wow.
sometimes yeah, this is just the right time to for these people, for those people to um sometimes have just this opportunity to bright, to light, to shine,
Mm.
and it can happen. So I'm trying to do it through my TV, definitely, and also on my production, all the production I have in mind, that I want to realize and produce. It's
Okay.
also I wanted to put art in any ways, like no matter what, like it's important to put art in my production.
Yes. Yes. I think with you, it sounds like you think like an artist. I love it. You think like an artist. You live your life a lot like an artist because you like to travel all over and you like to take in stories. You like to take in everything, the beauty of, of the plants, of the trees, of everywhere, the people you meet, and their creativity that maybe hasn't been showcased yet. And I love that, and I really respect you for that, on another level, because you like to tell the stories of the unknown.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, art is in the eye of the beholder. Anything could be considered art, and there are people that create different forms of art, music, whether that's musically or physically writing something or drawing something, creating, and they never stop creating. But those are the folks. It's almost like street artists. You see the street artists, and you see these talented individuals that just haven't gotten a chance, or they haven't basically been discovered. This undiscovered talent, as it were. But I love that you inspire me, Janissa. You
oh, thank
inspire
you.
me in more ways than one. I think that we need more people like such as yourself, and who are very altruistic also, if I may, and you like to give back. That's why full circle things are happening so much easier for you, because you give a lot of yourself, and you like to help others in that respect. And then God, in the way the cosmos is, it comes back to you, you know,
True,
in in
true.
in,
I
in
can tell
tenfold,
you, you know, I can tell you as a believer, I can tell you that this 2025 years, like 2025 year was, I definitely with all everything I did before, like God just opened me the doors, and it was so easy. And so like it was natural. It happened to me like so naturally. I met the right people at the right time, every like until like I met it, so
Wow.
I was so grateful about everything.
I'm blessed and thank God for you too.
Yeah, so
Mm.
definitely this year is gonna be more like I'm gonna, just continue all the project I have, developing other project, and of course, I'm still working with this designer because I definitely help him as a consultant, and helping him to develop his brand internationally. And yeah, so when I see talented people, I just want for the people to see them,
To shine,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
You
So
are that definitely that beacon of altruism, of giving
yeah.
of humanity. Thank
Yeah,
God for you, for people like yourself. I really appreciate having you on the show. Um, I like any last thoughts that you want to talk. Well, obviously follow you. Your page is at Janisa_JS. Yeah, is that
yeah,
across the board
exactly.
or
This is
yeah?
perfect because this, yes.
I can hardly wait to hear more about you. I follow you now, and you follow me
Thank
back.
you.
I'm
Thank you so
excited
much.
to see everything that you're putting out. So once again, Bridges is going to be a screening, and it's a private screening in New York, right, on the 12th.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So this is a private screening. This is on the 12th February. And definitely, if you want to know more about it, you can just send me a DM, and also contact our press representative. And yeah, definitely, this is limited places, of course. And
Yeah,
um, and if you are in the movie industry, film industry, please come contact me. So
sure.
I would like to welcome you.
That is phenomenal. Wow. So is this obviously you also go by Janisa, right? Notice the name of your company,
So
Janisa.
Janisa is a surname. When I started everything, uh, like more than 6 years ago, I was looking for a surname, and this is so funny because my cousin helped me to find this name. And
Love it.
Janisa is the storytelling about my life, kind of. She's a superwoman trying to,
Wow.
solve the world, and doing managing her personal life, her business life, her family, and everything, doing a lot of stuff. And also, I'm so creative, like, so I just want to, when I have a project and an idea in mind, I just need to make it.
Yes,
um,
follow through. Don't just leave a half baked cooked what do you call it idea out there, but actually follow
yeah,
through and finish from beginning to end. No procrastination.
exactly,
Love it.
exactly.
This is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamila Sangare, I'm very happy to have had you on the show.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to be following you. Make sure you follow her. She has a few things down the pike, couple of productions. She got a movie that's she's going to be working on. It's coming out to LA. If you follow her Instagram, and you go into her DM, send her some messages, find out more about her. You could see everything she posts. She's wonderful to know. She's a great human, God sent for this time and age. We
Thank
need more
you.
art and less war. We need more art and less deportation. We should just embrace each other, learn from one another. We would enrich the process of life,
Thank
right?
you. Thank you so much, Jimmy. It's so
I
kind. Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Hello and goodbye until we meet again. That is my show, Almost Famous Radio Podcast. Couldn't be happier to talk to you today. Enjoy
Me
the
too.
rest of your time. Take care of
Thank
yourself.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.
That's my show. Bye.